Škoda, a company that makes interesting cars, one that's doesn't sell their cars here in the U.S., sadly. I have learned quite a bit about them, and I'm always fascinated by them. I like their designs. I like how they're Czech. I like how they're a little bit different. I've driven an old Škoda Favorite, and I loved it. One thing I've never really pictured about Škodas, though, is off-roading. Now, to be fair, I've seen them in a few rally compilations, and trust me, they're awesome out on the rally stages. They scream, they have the pops and bangs, they're tearing through the gravel, they're awesome. But I've never seen production Škodas off-roading. It's not something I would typically associate with them, but that's what we're going to check out today. I've looked at some off-roading videos lately, and I think it's actually pretty damn fun to take a look at, especially when it's a vehicle that I wouldn't usually picture. Again, big 4x4 American trucks, Jeeps after Jeep after Jeep, maybe the occasional Toyota. That's what I would see out on the trails here in all of my off-roading days. But some of the vehicles we've taken a look at on this channel, I've never seen off-roading, but they have some hidden talents, it seems, and I think it's fun to discover. We're going to take a look at this Škoda 4x4 off-roading compilation from Meyer. It'll be linked in the description down below, so you can check it out and browse our channel. And this was suggested through email very recently by Nick, so I appreciate it. Let's jump straight into this. Here we go. There is a Škoda. It's a car. It's a wagon. Holy smokes. Or a combi. Damn, that looks like, is this actual sand? Sand dunes? That is not easy. I'm kind of surprised it went right up it. This is steeper than it looks on camera. Very steep, actually, because on camera, everything looks less exaggerated. This is really steep, and it looks to be loose material like sand. This is harder than it looks. Sand is really awkward to drive on. Starting out with the banger right out of the gate. That's pretty good. Wow.
Скаут совершенно спокойно съехал с этой горки, хотя этого от него
никто не ожидал. Stock too.
Ну и теперь штурмует горку в обратном направлении, что будет просто-таки феерично.
Dude, I like the look. I like this. No way did that make it up that. What? Guys, this is a regular car. I understand that these are basically four-wheel drive or some advanced all-wheel drive. I'm already impressed. I thought this would be like just them going off-road in some easy-peasy stuff, but hey, at least it's off-road. They went up a huge sand dune that was very steep and curvy. Now this guy straight up went over a ledge.
Феерично.
That, whoa, this is crazy. These are bone stock. They're cars. Now, I assume their 4x4 system is very similar to other, VW group, so maybe similar to Volkswagens or Audis, but either way, I'm impressed. Like, what? It definitely had to bottom out somewhere along the lines there, but hey, little battle scars ain't never hurt nobody. Damn. Yeah, it's not like these are lifted. It's not like they're on all-terrain tires. This is crazy. What? I mean, this is doable for sure. But those first two are really kind of impressing me. Wow. Look at this. What? We got some articulation, some flex, some technical wheeling going on. What? Look at that. I never thought I'd see a Škoda Octavia in this position. Good to know, though, right? Makes me want one even more. I wonder where this is. I can't tell by that plate. Actually, Oh, you know what? Is this a Russia plate? I almost think it might be a Russian plate because I see the RUS with the flag. Yeah. Wow. Škoda's in Russia going to work. All right. Interesting. Look at this. What the heck? Beautiful. It's going to be a little bit of tough departure angle here. Oof. They did it. Bravo. This is so wild. This is going to be hard to get out of. Never mind. Holy crap, man. It's hard though when you get that really flex going, right? This is gonna show if this all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive system on any vehicle is legit, because you're gonna get, the wheels are really compressed on the one side. You're gonna have, sort of traction on some tires. You're gonna have barely any traction and no weight on other tires. And, can this system sort itself out? And can the tires that have traction get power to them and maintain that traction to push along, right? Right there, it could have started slipping up if it was not a good system. It could have just started sending power to the wheels that were barely touching anything because they had the least resistance, and, end up just spinning in place and not looking good. That got right out. So... music, okay. Yeah, these are sorting themselves out in a legitimate manner, in my opinion. Is there music? Yeah. YouTube won't allow that lately. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that sounds like a diesel. Love it, man. Love one of these in a diesel. Out on the trail. How freaking cool. Look at this. A Kodiak. Look at that go. What the heck? Wow. You have to make your own brain. Oh my God, the music. Look at this, covered in mud. A Škoda getting down and dirty. That's wild, man. Look at this, like, what? I'm sorry, I don't picture if I would see this on the street, I'll be honest, I would not picture this getting in all these hairy situations and then getting out, right? If I take most normal cars with these tires and, this appearance out, they're just going to get all bent up and they're going to be stuck, right? It's just going to be bad. Nothing good is going to happen. These are legit, right? Like, for example, I have always given Subarus a lot of credit. Now, I don't see them out on the trails much here in the U.S., but if they do go out, like, they're usually pretty impressive. People are usually pretty impressed, and they don't think that when they see them on the street. They think, oh, I know all Subarus are all-wheel drive and all that jazz, but, like, can they really go toe-to-toe out on the trail? From what I've seen, they can. It's pretty impressive. Now, of course, I've discovered in some of these videos, looking at Porsche Cayennes and, of course, Land Rovers, even little things like, I believe it was like Fiat Panda, 4x4s and stuff. It's kind of cool to see what can actually hang out on the trail. And you look at this, I think it's a great looking car. I think it very much looks like a street car. But here it is, like, they can hang on the trails, they can go to heavy articulation, then get caught in awkward spots and actually get themselves out. It's kind of crazy. I'm impressed. Here, now, most street cars, right? Most of your daily drivers, they don't stand a chance here. We have a steep hill, we have a crest right here, and we're on snow. This is not happening in a Toyota Camry. This is not happening in a regular minivan or people mover, whatever they call them in Europe, right? Like, this is not happening in a lot of cars. This is going to be hard for a lot of cars, even if they claim to be all-wheel drive or 4x4. I'm sorry, I'm impressed by this because snow really separates the men from the boys. Damn. Wow. I love how they're just out in the field for this one. All right, here we go. More snow. Some treacherous conditions here. Wow. Dang. Dude, they look to be out in the middle of nowhere, so that's scary. I mean, they're getting through it. Because if they're not, they're screwed. They got confidence in that Škoda. Gotta hand it to them. I love this. We have one fog light working. But the 4x4 works, and that's all that matters. Oh, now the other one's working. Maybe that's a feature. I don't know. Perfect. Wow. Škodas, man. Full of wonder. I really love these. I really, really want one for myself. Damn, why don't they sell these here? And I know people will say like, oh, well, they sell basically sister models in America under different nameplates. Nah, like I want a Škoda. I want a Škoda. But there's slight differences. There's some major differences depending on the era and the model. Of course, that old Škoda I drove last year, which I have an episode. I'll link that at the end. That was definitely a real Škoda because that was like a 90 or 91. But even the newer ones, I feel like there's enough differences to where I just want one because it looks different enough. That's for damn sure. To me, they look way different than the equivalent Volkswagens because people here, of course, would recognize Volkswagens are everywhere here in the U.S. There is no Škodas. So if you have one of these, I guarantee most Americans would not know what it is. They're going to be like, what the hell is that? And they won't have the slightest idea that it might be similar to their Jetta. So now here's a weird looking Škoda. I don't know which model this is. It's kind of bizarre. It's got like regular headlights, but then these kind of afterthought. I don't know if these are fog lights or what they are. Like inserted into the headlight. It's very weird. Not my favorite Škoda, but it's kind of dorky. I kind of like it. But even they are taking it out on the trails. What do you know? Here is like the same vehicle or the same model vehicle, full sending it. Full sending this thing. It's crazy. Who knew the Škodas were tearing up the trails, man? We're missing out. We're missing out over here. And this person is braver than I because, again, going out into the winter tundra, man, out in the middle of nowhere with trees everywhere and stuff, scares the heck out of me, even if you're in a big old American truck, because you could get stuck in snow so easily if you got the weirdest terrain under you and some rut or ditch or something. It can go wrong quickly, and you just are kind of screwed when you get stuck in snow, right? The vehicle digs down, and then you're done for. So they are braver than I because it is dark out. They look like they're in the middle of nowhere with some freaky-looking trees because it's nighttime. And, yep, they're out in the Škoda tearing it up. And it's just powering through. Damn. Even this old one out on the trails. Now, I really like the older ones like this, of course. This isn't exactly the one I drove, but it looks like similar, if that makes sense. Maybe a slightly newer. I freaking like it a lot. And seeing it off-road is just hilarious, right? Now, it's one of those things. Keep in mind, I don't think this could outperform some of the trucks I've had in the past. But it could probably hang with them, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not like this is the best 4x4 on earth. But I am really impressed because it's also not a useless car, right? Like, nothing wrong with regular cars, but regular cars can't go off-road. That should be obvious. This definitely bridges the gap. It's shockingly capable off-road. It's not, a world-class, trail-rated off-roader, at least in my opinion, but it's definitely worth a damn, and I think that's really cool. I mean, this thing looks sharp, by the way. I don't know if this is the Kodiak, right? I think it is. These look so sharp. I think these look much better than the Volkswagens. Because I'm going to assume this is similar to some sort of Volkswagen. I don't know what. But I think these look better. I don't know. Call me crazy. And they're straight up driving in a creek. And what looks to be like a brand new Škoda as well. Damn, that thing is sharp, dude. I'm pretty sure. What do you guys think? I mean, this might be hard to judge because most people watching this are not Americans, I'm going to assume. Just hypothetically, if here, let me give you this. Americans love SUVs, right? They love bold-looking SUVs. They love luxurious or classy-looking SUVs, okay? Big shocker, right? I think this would sell well in the U.S. I think it would outsell the Volkswagen equivalent. Is that why they don't sell them here? Maybe Volkswagen wants the share here. Maybe they don't want to have Škoda come over and outperform them. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like Americans would love this one. Maybe they wouldn't buy the wagons and the smaller cars as much. Okay, I get it. This would sell here. I love it. And I feel like a lot of Americans would love it. This one looks to be really stuck. First one we've seen that's actually stuck. This one also sounds, got a little bit of an exhaust on it. Oh, I can switch the view. Yeah. Oh, it's getting pulled out by something. To be fair, this is a gross trail. This is like the conditions where it's wet, it's humid, all the terrain, the ruts are just torn up. There's water, there's muddy water inside. All this is very soft, deforming soil here. This is rough. This is rough even in an actual, full-on 4x4 truck. This hilarious little vehicle, feel like I should know. I've probably seen it before in these videos, but I can't remember what it is. Damn, they are gunning it, trying to get it out. Hey, you know what? They've done great. But it's nice to see one where they get stuck. Otherwise, I'd be a little freaked out at this point. Look at this, though. It can recover a Volvo. How about it? Very, very nice. I'm going to leave it there, guys. That was fun. Nick, thank you for the suggestion. These will be linked in the description down below. Škodas, man. I love them. I love Škodas. I find them fascinating. I think their designs are cool. And who knew that you don't even need a rally car? You can have a regular production Škoda, from the smaller wagons or combis to full-on, Škoda Kodiaks, whatever you have it, on, the big wheels with the thin tires, what look to be even street tires, and they can get you in some pretty hairy situations and get you out. I think it's crazy. I think that was a lot of fun. Gotta shout yourself out in the comments if you drive a Škoda, and if you have had the audacity to take it off-road on one of these trails, I would love to hear about it. Of course, give me your awesome suggestions like this. I do appreciate you watching. It's gonna be it for this one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, and until next time, y'all, catch you later.